Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bah, we started rolling.
I know, RJ. I just think I'm about to lose it right now. Oh, yeah.
Right here. Let's go.
Hi, Faceless here, and I'm just gonna say, young adult novel adaptations need to stop. Among other things, the Divergent series, Allegiant. Alright, I just need to be calm. The story picks up where the last movie left off. The gates are open and we're finally gonna get a chance to see what's on the other side of that damn city wall. However, Evelyn, played by Naomi Watts, closes the doors thinking that it's not safe to go out there just yet. Of course, Triss and Ford don't exactly see eye to eye with Evelyn, decide that they have to go out there and see what's on the other side. They break out Triss's brother Caleb, and along with 3 others scale the wall. What they find is basically a wasteland reminiscent of Mad Max in the second Maze Runner movie. After trekking through this dead land, they get picked up by the people that are responsible for the experiment that is Chicago, and are welcomed in their world. The leader of these guys is a man named David, played by Jeff Daniels. He tells Triss that she is basically the key to saving the world's population. And not because she's a divergent, but she was born with a pure DNA code. Apparently years ago, science tried to control the human genetic makeup, which in turn backfires and started a whole devastating war. Way to go, science. David plans to use Triss to convince the powers that be that the people in Chicago that have damaged DNA can be saved and made to have pure DNA. But under the law of cliché, there's more that's going on that David's letting on, and not all is right in the world. Meanwhile, back at the city, Evelyn is preparing to go to war with the leader of the Amity faction, basically starting a civil war in Chicago. Upon finding this out, Triss and her gang decide to go back to help stop the needless fighting and actually fight against the real enemy. And that's the story in a nutshell. And folks, I cannot express to you, you have seen this story before. I mean, let's face it, the plot itself is a normal staple of all these dystopian young adult novels. And I'm fucking tired of it. One of the worst things about this film is that they got all these good actors, but they just seem like they're there to collect a freaking paycheck. In the last movie, Shailene Woodley held this movie together, but for this third outing, she just looked like she just didn't want to even be there. I know that feeling because I didn't want to be in the theater watching this film. Theo James seemed to pick up his acting chops this time around, but not by much. Miles Teller is still playing the glorious asshole from the last 2 films, but he's the only enjoyable character. I mean, Jeff Daniels was okay, but there was nothing that really stood out for me. And the CGI in this film, yeah, I've seen better special effects on YouTube. Though I will say the camera work and the cinematography was pretty decent for this film. But all in all, I was just bored with it and I just didn't care what was going on. The only thing that really perked up my interest was the civil war that was going on back in the city, but it was just a backdrop to the main plot of this fuckery of a film. Hell, half of the time I forgot that that was going down until like the last 20 minutes. But what really pisses me off is that this series has gone on way too fucking long. I mean, I'm being serious. This film has overstayed its fucking welcome. And the fact that they made this adaptation into 2 parts irritates the hell out of me. Studios, stop it! Splitting up the damn novels is getting you nowhere. Have you seen the ratings on Rotten Tomatoes? You're just pissing off not only the fans of this series, but the average moviegoer. I mean, let me put this in basic terms of what you're doing to us. We're purchasing the last book of the series, and the person at the bookstore does this. There you go, sir. Read the first half, then come back next year and read the last half. What the fuck? Guys, I really have nothing more to say. I'm just too angry and too annoyed for this kind of mediocre bullshit crap that keeps getting passed off as good movie making. You know, in middle school, I had this one teacher that had this policy. If you didn't turn in your assignment on time or complete it, you still could turn it in the next day. But the highest grade that you will ever achieve out of that is a C. Well, you know what? For for the rating of this film, I'm going to adopt this policy because I got part 1 of 2 and I'm not going to see the second half until next year. So, my final rating is a D-. And look, if you're a fan of the novel or the series, I'm not going to tell you to pass this film up at all. If you want to watch it, by all means, don't let me stop you. But for the rest of the average moviegoer, just pass this film up and go see something worthwhile in the theaters. Honestly, there's nothing more I can say other than, this is Faceless, signing off. I'm going to go watch Deadpool again. RJ, let's go.
Really? Yay!
Right here. Let's go.
Peanut butter disaster.